Hello there everybody, Oimon here, and welcome to Call of Cthulhu. This is a horror game I've sort of had my eyes on for a while. I didn't pick it up when it first came out. I kind of wanted to see how people were sort of liking it, or whether or not they even did like it. People seem generally, yeah, it's a good game. It's got flaws, it's got problems, and it's perhaps a bit too long for its own good, I think, are some of the concerns people had. But overall, people seem to enjoy it. So I don't really know a lot about it, actually. I just keep my eyes in general on horror games that are just popping up every now and then. And I want to say this is a remake or reimagining or retelling of an older game. I might be getting confused with something else. Because I know there was another horror game came out a little while back called Black Mirror, which is nothing to do with the TV show. It's just an old game series that happened to be called Black Mirror. And they were like point-and-click adventure games, and there were 3 of them. And then a little while back, they got a remake or something, and it was just like one single game, or I can't remember. And if memory serves, there was like a really old game that had this name. I don't think I ever played it. I think I vaguely remember hearing about it once upon a time, but hey Jagoth, you remember playing a game with this title years ago? Yeah, like I said, I think this might be a remake or reimagining of a similar story or something. Obviously, it's, vaguely based on the works of Lovecraft. I mean, this is the thing, right? I've never read any of the actual Cthulhu world stories that Lovecraft wrote. I know a lot of them were short stories rather than like novels or anything like that. And the thing is, I've played a lot more games that have used Cthulhu stories as inspiration. Like there's the, Amnesia, sort of vaguely based around that kind of thing. Eternal Darkness, definitely based on like Cthulhu-esque stuff. There was Madness Within, I want to say. It was a couple of games. It was a short little series of well, the first one is sort of traditional point and click style. The second one then goes full 3D. They were pretty good. So I've played a lot of games based on Cthulhu stuff, and it's that weird thing of like, I know what is based on it, but I don't know the original thing. And so it's one of those weird little things like that. So yeah, as I said, I don't know much about this game. I believe you're like a private investigator or some kind of detective on an island, and well, yeah, there are Cthulhu monsters and all sorts of stuff wandering around. So yeah, I don't really know what else, creepy, spooky things going on here in the background, but yeah, so I literally have no idea. I guess we'll just get into it and we'll see what's what. Chapter 1, Pierce Investigations Agency, Boston. 1924, Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective, okay, I was close, who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Oh no. The real horror. Red tape. Enter madness. Oh, trust me, I think we entered madness several years ago, but okay. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous end. I don't know, I think I've kept my sanity through a lot of shit in my life. Ooh. Ooh, hello. Thanks, subtitles. Yeah, they had subtitles for text on screen. Like, okay. Okay, yay, look, the game's been saved. I mean, here's the thing. I get subtitles for, like, speech and stuff, but yeah, you don't need subtitles if there's already text on screen. Like, I appreciate the thought, but, I guess we'll see. Can we... Alright. didn't know the game was in first person. I thought it was third, but okay. I might be thinking of another game. Again, I might be thinking of Black Mirror. I could be getting confused with that Black Mirror game because I know they came out about the same time. What game's first person? I can deal with that. We have dead sharks. It's just a fishery. That's all it is. Don't think that's gonna work. Very misty around here. Some barrels. We don't have a light or anything. Also locked. Doesn't appear to be anything in there anyway. Call of Cthulhu game you played was in first person, although I remember a lot more red. Well, you know. You must light up some items in order to interact with them. Can we take this? Oh right, you're telling me about this. Yeah, that might help. Hey, hurricane lamp. Okay, apparently we have a hurricane lamp. Ooh. Ah, bolt cutters. Excellent. We have demonic chanting in the background. Classic, of course. So is this like... I don't know if this is like a flash forward maybe, or if this is like a dream mixed up with events of his...
Fate inescapably draws you on.
Okay. I don't know if this is like flashbacks to his time in the war maybe, or like a combination of things. Oh, can't open that one. So we're being talked at by non-corporeal voices. Lovely.
What a putrid offering.
Not my fault. I didn't do anything. I hear music.
You have been chosen.
And it's telling me to run. That's probably not a good thing, right? So is that like the music of reality breaking through into the dream I'm having right now? Oh.
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Oh, I was right about the music at least. Whiskey. Why'd you drink it then? New place discovery. Pierce investigation agency.
I wonder why I still take these things.
I don't know. Listen to me talk in my gritty little detective voice. I subscribed them when I returned from the war. They swore that they would end the nightmares, but for a while now their effect has been wearing off. Yeah, that happens with sleeping pills. Your body gets used to them. I speak from experience. Okay, fair enough. Shush. Probably gonna get a copyright strike or whatever for that. Less likely on Twitch, but it does occasionally happen. Yellow. Ahoy hoy?
I'm listening.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Ooh, allocate your character points. Ah. Oh, I didn't know this had an RPG system. Okay. So we've got 8 CP character points. So we've got strength, eloquence, spot hidden, psychology, investigation, occultism, and medicine. 2 CP. So strength is already at 3 out of... We've got some good stats already. I mean... 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5. A lot of these are already quite up. Okay, so we've got 8 skill points. I wasn't expecting a bloody skill tree in this. Okay. Right. So eloquence is like... Eloquence would be speech. Represents your ability to influence those you talk to by your power of speech. Improving this skill increases your chance of convincing or manipulating during discussions. Fine. Spot hidden. Spots hidden represents your ability to find hidden objects. Improving this skill increases your chance of finding hidden objects. An undiscovered object will not appear in game. Okay. Powering. Improving this skill increases your chances of forcing doors or mechanisms or using violence, physical or verbal, during interactive discussions. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object, and of picking locks. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving this skill increases your chances of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior or on the analysis of an object. Improving this skill increases your chances of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and expressing your knowledge of the myth. Improving this skill increases your chance of determining the dosage of a drug, of making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. I didn't realize this game was going to be that involved. Blimey, okay. I could put 4 points into speech, because speech is always good. I guess the percentage is the odds of it working in a given situation. So we can probably only go up to like 80% or something. I don't know. Because I mean, if 2 is 30%... Oh no, I see. Right, so it's more about 40%. So it can probably go up to 80% then, I would guess. Chance. I mean, I am just guessing here. I mean, I have no idea what the hell I'm gonna need. I guess 4 points into eloquence would be quite nice. And 2 points into spot hidden. That would give me only 2 points left, which I could put into medicine. So we put 2 points into medicine, 2 into spots hidden, and 4 into eloquence, because speech is always important. That seems good. Level 3. Level 3. Level 2. Okay. I hopefully that'll be useful. I have no idea. I don't even know how you get levels in general. Yeah, okay.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Okay. That's a sound effect I've heard before. I always love it when you hear
Sir,
the
I
same
came
sound
here
effects.
on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture.
Hmm.
That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Okay, use your notebook. Your notebook details kind of objectives open up, press J. Ooh. Alright, case. Pierce, that's my skill. Ooh, sanity. Because of course, sanity is a meter that is easily readable. Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the Meuse? Not sure about that. The Meuse-Argonne Offensive. I'm probably completely butchering that pronunciation. He is one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion, American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days, surrounded by the bodies of their fallen comrades without food or medical supplies, soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events, consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Ooh. So we can unlock bits of sanity, can we? Or insanity. Interesting. In my opinion, the one that did it best was Eternal Darkness. That game is so good. With investigation agency. We have clues, but nothing there. We have an inventory with... Ooh, a lighter apparently. Well, that could come in handy. We have some knowledge. Knowledge of sleeping pills. Anyway, the case. What do we got? Detective agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creatures are calling me? Strange picture, painted by Sarah Hawkins a short while before her tragic death, was sent to her father just after the artist died. He's convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so that I could examine it. Dean Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter, who died in a fire alongside her entire family. So yeah, examine the painting, examine the file. Well, okay then, let's have a look-see.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
Really? Back again, huh? Nope, nothing there. Huh. That is definitely a symbol. Sort of a circle with some lines coming down from it. Or like Cthulhu with the tentacle face.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Shipping label. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater. So I'm assuming that's the name of the island we'll be going to. The police report. It says that the fire started in the dining room and claimed the whole family. The police decided on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? Press cutting. The article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman on the island of Darkwater. They live a reclusive life there with their only son, Simon. That is interesting, actually, the police report. They're willing to say it's an accident, but also absolutely insist that Sarah was mad. That is interesting. Those two don't gel. Like, it's fine to note those two things, but if you're noting one, you have to connect it to the other, I would assume. Anything written on the back? No.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Okay, what have we got? Find out about where her thing. Unlocked answer. Ooh. I read about her mental fragility. So we've got different investigation professional, unlocked answer. Interesting. Let's start with... I mean, these just seem like conversation things.
Darkwater. Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Okay.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
I think you're right.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Interesting. It does actually mark the ones you've had out in just the sort of dark green rather than... Well, I suppose that could be grey, but it looked green to me. Alright, find
The
the
sender's
warehouse.
label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
That's all the information I need, I guess. Stop honking your horn out there, it's noisy.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right, I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. I'll no doubt find some information on this island in there.
A book.
I used to be an avid reader.
That's nice.
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases.
Ooh, Learning of Medicine, Volume 1. Dense work aimed at interns and young practitioners. This first volume lists all illnesses known in the civilized world, details the symptoms and suitable treatment. Ooh, that could actually come in handy. Medicine progression. Did I just get some points in medicine or something? Didn't look like it. Or did I? Maybe I did, because it's at 22% now rather than 20%. Interesting, so you can find like books that increase your skills as you go along. Interesting. So these are all the people we know. And look, they're all dead, or some of them probably are. Some of them might actually still be alive. We don't know. It's a mystery. So we've got all that stuff. Inventory just has a lighter, although knowledge is gained, so that's good. Well, there we go then. Let's keep looking for stuff.
Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
Husband never understood that his wife had left him. Kept on calling me weeks after the investigation had been closed. Closed case, apparently. Right. I'm just looking for glowing orbs of interest.
A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy.
Bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case. But when you're already outside the law, there's not a lot one can do against a private detective who's got proof against you.
Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Gee, I wonder why. Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or a dream god? No one knows. But today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small island off the coast of Massachusetts. Interesting.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
Okay. Anything else? Have a drink? Nah, it's probably best not to. Shouldn't indulge. So I think that's everything I can check. I don't see any more. Ah, the softly spinning fan. Sort of vaguely noirish. It's bright out there, although those windows could do with a clean. Okay, so I think that's everything. I've checked. Obviously you want to go looking and exploring for stuff. One of the things I'm curious about the exploring thing is, if we check the thing, is it says, where was it? Spot hidden. An undiscovered object will not appear in game. So I guess that means you can't find things if they're not hidden, huh?
The Lost Battalion. Holding your position and obeying orders. That isn't courage.
Isn't this... I could be wrong. Isn't this the picture? If you ever sort of wander in the annals of like spooky, mysterious things, which I often do for a laugh on YouTube, I'm pretty sure that's the picture that's supposed to have a ghost face in it. It's like it was I want to say it was some sort of Air Force company, and one of their crew died in an accident just a couple of days before this picture was taken, and there's like a ghost face to the side of someone else's face. It's probably just image. I mean, pictures weren't exactly, you know, like digitally taken back then, you know. I mean, even these days with digital pictures, you can see a lot of artifacting. I think that's the picture. I could be wrong. I haven't seen it in years. It was one of those ones I sort of remember seeing in a video ages and ages and ages ago. But yeah, that's interesting if that is the right one. So yeah, I don't think there was anything else. It does seem as though some dots only appear when you're close to them, so I'm definitely going to have to wander around a bit. I don't know why. I had it in my head that this game was third person. I don't know why I had that. Chapter 2, Darkwater Port. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, an address, a warehouse set on the docks of an island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Okay, now we wait for it to load. Hopefully that loading bar has been sat there for quite some time now. Oh no, there it goes. I was a bit worried for a second. I was like, please don't crash. Hey, now we get the intro. Fine, I've only been playing the game for half an hour.
Almost there.
Ooh, mysterious. I don't know why, this game's suddenly making me think of Greedfall. Just with the slight RPG element, feels a bit like it, and like going off to a strange island after a little bit of an intro. I just got vague Greedfall flashbacks, which is good. I friggin' love Greedfall. That was a great game. Sila. Now I'm getting flashbacks to Far Harbor from Fallout 4. I really wish they'd gone more in the horror route with that. That would have been much better.
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Alright. Time to go wander around and have a mooch. See what we can find. That's a lot of boats. And that's some very green water. Especially for ocean water. Alright, secondary objectives. Go to the bar and talk to Bradley. Who the fuck is Bradley? Well, it's a very charming place you've got here.
Let the police do their work.
Ooh.
Hey, Sullivan. Can't you go any faster?
You see how old this thing is? If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen. Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming. Something real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops. They can't understand.
Damn stupid idiots!
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Say 6. Julia, sailors are gonna
They
get.
seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you. What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
The blood is just beginning to coagulate. It died a short time ago. Killer whales have few predators. And there are no sharks in these waters. What creature could possibly have done this?
Good question.
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
Interesting,
It's a sign.
interesting.
There's something coming. Something
Hello?
real bad.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy!
They're cops.
Interesting,
They
interesting.
can't understand.
Alright, so we got a dead whale that was killed by some strange sea creature. Unsurprising. Ooh, prohibition.
Prohibition is just a joke around here. That suits me fine.
Yeah, that didn't bloody work, did it? Take away something that people really like and they'll just find another way to get it. Anything over here? Anything hidden around? Oh, I'm very white. Maybe not. My main objective is to talk to the harbor master guy up there, presumably. Secondary objective, go to the bar. Hi. Hello, hello, hello. Don't mind me. Just poking it around. Oh, look, you can actually see inside. That is quite surprising. Although, actually, increasingly not so much in games.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
Looking for it. I'm sorry. Are we doing it? Hold the test strength. Hold the test eloquence. I'm trying to remember. What was my highest stat? Was it eloquence or was it strength? I don't remember. Let's try that.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure rises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
Noted. No prohibition. Looking for warehouse 36.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
She, huh? Tell me more about Darkwater. Ooh.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
True that they were strange. Not speaking ill if it's true.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Makes sense, I suppose.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Alright. Now about Sarah Hawkins, we've already done that. Darkwater, offer a drink. Order a drink, even. I'm wondering if, because I understand that this game probably will have multiple endings. I'm pretty sure it does. I'd be surprised if it didn't. Like, I wonder if I can go the whole game without having a drink. If that'll be an ending. I'll leave it at that.
That'll be all for now.
Okay. Or maybe there's an achievement for it.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
Asylum staff. Oh yes, of course, because there's always an asylum.
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
Ashanti. 21st of May, 1847. Miraculous catch. The Scylla, I assume that's how it's pronounced, returns to the port to save Darkwater from famine. We're given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean, I think that's pronounced, Oh god, all these big words. That is already being called the miraculous catch. Covered the whole deck, and parts of it were hanging over the side of the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of the whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Mark's filling up his warehouse up for rent from June for fishing, workshop, or storage activities. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. Fair enough. Big twist is if you don't drink, you get the bad ending. That's entirely possible, actually. Could be setting myself up with the bad ending. You never know.
She will do it again,
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens. We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
End of whaling. What is the song?
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
I saw the newspaper clipping. You don't believe it, do you?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
Pardon me?
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
Interesting. One thing to note, you notice that all their faces look the fucking same. I mean, yes, they've got different hair and beards and facial hair and all that stuff, but the face is sculpted exactly the same. Now, on the one hand, I could just say, oh, that's because it's like, it's not quite a AAA game. This is sort of middle-level game. It's not quite indie, it's not quite AAA, it's sort of the AA level of game. Kind of like Greedfall in that sense. But on the other hand, if we assume this island is pretty isolated, odds are there's a lot of unintentional inbreeding going on. So I'm willing to chalk it up to that. There's just a very small gene pool on this island. So, yeah,
I bid
okay.
you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Anything? Ooh. Bathroom? Nope, locked. Well, hello there.
What you looking at, stranger?
She can certainly put them away. Nothing at all. What's a woman like you doing in a place like this?
The clientele is predominantly male.
Tell me something I don't know.
I meant nothing by it. I'm just wondering what a woman like you is doing in this flea trap.
And I'm wondering what
Says
could be
dive
going
down
through the
there.
head of the chump who goes to disturb her. Let me drink, stranger.
Noted. Anything else you
I
want to say?
told you to beat it.
Okay, fine. I'm sure she'll be important in the story later. The only woman in the entire place.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
Yeah. Always free for the lady, Mrs. Baker. Interesting.
My God. You said
Interesting. What are you guys mooching around up here for? Except for blocking my way, of course.
Can we sort this out? You can see he's half drunk. There's nothing to sort out. Your chum.
There's nothing for you
wanted to
here
stir
either.
us up.
Beat it.
So you can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Okay, Harbour Master's office then, I guess. Let's go see what else we got. I will say this game is not what I expected going in. As I said, I had it in my mind it was third person, so the fact it's first is already throwing me for a loop. Hey there. Alright, what we got?
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Captain, the terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make your payment to the carrier. Interesting. Ooh, bell.
Broken. This place seems half abandoned. Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
I'm sure. Ooh, it opens. Ah, there's your bathroom. I'm starting to think no one had one.
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
Probably not, by the looks of it.
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
I guess we're not going upstairs. Well, hello then. Let's say hi, shall we?
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Only a few dates are so legible. 1890, 1907, a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Interesting. Oh, he's gone. Ooh, hey, another medicine book. Learning a Medicine, Volume 2. So, is that... Yeah, look, it's punted up by another 2%. Okay, so there are books that can allow you to increase your skills by a teensy-weensy little percent. Like, not a lot, but a little bit. And you also get character points, presumably. Maybe you level that up as you go. Or, you know, maybe you get, like, quests or something for that kind of thing. I really don't know. It's hard to say exactly. Oh, in fact, yeah, look, I've got... Apparently I've got 1 C point available. Apparently I can't up these for some reason. Oh, the medicine and cult skill can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. Oh, but I was able to... Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, but we apparently picked up a CP point at somewhere along the line. I shouldn't call them CP points because they're character points. That's like ATM machine. They're CP or just C points. Yeah, anyway, we only got 1 point, so it's not really going to help in the long run. I don't know what the levels do. That's the thing. More inhabitants. Mostly just marking them all as red. Ooh, lots of knowledge. Isn't it all good? Right, okay. Anything else? Anything? Oh, there is an upstairs. Anything else?
This man and Fitzroy could be twins.
Photographed a man who looks like Captain Fitzroy is posing on the bridge with a ship. He has a wooden leg. Maybe it is him and he grew his leg back. It could happen.
What a macabre souvenir.
Then again, maybe not. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay, right. Join him out on the...
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Documents are unreadable.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
Ooh, unlocked answer. Thought that fishing stopped in 1847.
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
Interesting. Talk about Darkwater, please. Ooh. Who is Cat? Unlocked answer, unlocked... Ooh, lots of unlocked answers.
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor. It's displayed on a wall of the stranded whale.
I have.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Wounds seem unnatural.
I examined its wounds. I know of no creature able to cause them.
And I took you for a detective.
Believe me when I say that these wounds are significant.
Come. You've only just arrived on Darkwater, and already you think like a sailor.
Why are they putting it back in
the police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I already have. Who's Cat?
I found a threatening letter signed by a certain Cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Interesting. So we've done that.
I'm looking for
36.
Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
Ooh, unlocked answer.
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
Interesting. Okay, well, I think we're good, so nothing else there. Now we're good on that.
I shall be on my way.
All right.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Gain a CP, apparently. Oh, good, look, they've all moved. So now I can go to the warehouse. Apparently you just gain CP as, like, time moves on, I guess. Ah, they've moved too. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, well, it's just gone 4 o'clock. Initial impressions, quite interesting. As I said, not what I expected. I don't know where I got the idea that this game was third person. I literally don't know where I thought that. As I said, could have been confusing it with that Black Mirror game. That I'm pretty sure these two came out around the same time, and I think they got a little mixed up and muddled in my head. But yeah, it's interesting. It's obviously it's going to be kind of slower paced. You're sort of, it's part investigation game, part horror game, so it'll go forward at its own pace. I'm liking it. It's got just enough to keep me interested. We'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. So yeah, as I said, time for a quick break, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. See you in a sec, guys. And we're back. Okay. So I guess we'll have to.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get us into trouble.
Still complaining about all that, apparently. I don't know where the entrance to the warehouse is, but let's wander around and see what we can find. The fish biting? Or the fish being bitten? Fair enough. I'm gonna wander a bit, see if I can find anything of interest. I do note there's no jump button. I sort of found that out when trying to jump up there. Uh-oh. Whee.
There.
I'm not going to get in trouble doing this. The spot hidden skill allows you to detect. Whoops. Cat knows about the thieves from her stock of liquor. She'll soon find out who it is, and I wouldn't like to be in his shoes.
Somebody's stealing from the bootlegger's stock of liquor. Hello, old friend.
Okay, apparently I just have a bottle of liquor now. How do I put my lighter away? Seriously, what's the lighter button? How do I get rid of it? Hang on a sec. Let me check the. Hasn't told me the controls for that. I'm gonna have to look at it. Gamepad. No, not gamepad. Keyboard. Interaction light. Middle mouse button. Really? That's interesting. Huh. Works. Ooh. Creepy writing. Saint Brendan the Navigator. Fair enough. Kind of figured I'd be able to look at that, but apparently not. It's not important enough. Right. Ahoy! Oops. Hello. Hi, guys.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
Who's St. Brendan?
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the Navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Literally, by the looks of it.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
Fair enough.
The two guys behind you, what are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Fair enough. So, could be, it's based on what I've heard, that the, what was it, no, not Fitzroy. The warehouse I need to look at, 36, could have been involved in the bootlegging.
I've taken enough of your time.
We'll see you later.
I wonder if now we can investigate the statue. Let's go have a look. Like now that I've been told about the statue, maybe now we can actually, you know, visually look at the damn thing. Can we interact with it now? Nope.
St. Brendan, patron saint of sailors and travelers. Desecrated. I can't even say which language it's written in.
Interesting. I wonder if that was there in the first place and I just
I've no idea what it says.
Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay. Alright, you. You got anything important to tell me? Thought that the writing was moss until he pointed it out. Ah, it does look like writing on the full screen that I'm looking at. It may have just been, you know, something else. Hello.
Where do you think you're going?
I was interested in the warehouse. I must get to the warehouse. What are the police doing here?
I'm not here to hinder your work, officer. Edward Pierce, private detective.
Sorry, we're all a little on edge today. What are you doing here?
I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
Darn it. Why do you want to drag up all that stuff again?
My investigation has led me to this warehouse.
That case was closed months ago.
I've reopened it.
What more can you say about the death of the Hawkins family?
Not much more than what everyone knows. I wasn't on the case. They were all burnt to death, right? Up at their place.
The whole mansion went up in flames.
Don't get it into your head to go wandering around up there. It's dangerous.
What do you mean by that?
The only one left there is old Silas, and the accident has affected him badly. He can be unpredictable, especially if a stranger starts poking around the property.
Is he a danger to the public?
No, he's in his own home. Do yourself a favor. Leave him well alone. You again. I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Technically you didn't, but okay. So that's the warehouse I need to get in, is it? Interesting.
Wow, you could tell me. Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
We saw you talking to the two soaks. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink less.
The cat sent me as a lie. Investigate their activities. I got proof you're stealing from your boss. Passage leads to the Hawkins warehouse.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
Interesting. So I could say I've got proof that you're stealing from your boss. Now that could backfire and they could get really pissy at me, but it could also scare them off enough that you know, I could get past them.
What will Kat say when she finds out that it's you who are filching stock?
You've got no proof.
That's true. Apart from this little note from your friend here.
You didn't throw it away?
I couldn't know that someone was gonna force the lock.
What a So, what is it you want?
To get into the Hawkins warehouse.
That's all. Go on then. And we never want to see your rat snout again.
Yay, it worked. Okay, excellent. We're in. Alright, anything of interest kicking around? Nope, just bottles of stuff. Broken ladder. It's not exactly gonna help. What's this? Ooh, that worked. Open window? Ah, no, door.
Let's see.
Fingers crossed. Wow, that is really friggin' dark. I can barely see that.
Shoot. I'll have to find another way to get in.
Damn it.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Hey! Thank you for the follow, Magical Twig. Nice name. I like that.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
That's annoying.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
Had no idea. Let me through.
Your turf? That's news to me.
For a guy who has no idea, you've been doing a fair bit of poking around. My men saw you staking out the Hawkins warehouse.
Is that against the law?
I'm no idiot, Detective. I'll tell you how things work around here. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Oh,
Is your name Kat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Ooh. Okay. That happened.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
Okay, I guess investigating the warehouse is a little deferred.
I'm getting careless. I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm going to have to deal with her.
Ah, okay. Well, they didn't kill me, so that wasn't a complete failure. Alright. They're back to blocking the path again. Well, that was a complete and total waste of time. What's in here? I don't know. Let's have a look.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot. And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
So the entrance to the warehouse is unguarded? I thought that was the entrance. Or was that like the back door? Maybe we can go around the other way.
There's something coming. Something real bad.
Maybe. We can go down this route now because the people have moved, which is good. Hello, who are you? Can you talk? You
We
can.
saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
It's a little late. I've already met Cap.
Well, at least you're still here to talk about it. She must like you.
Something like that.
With that, please do excuse me, because I'd prefer not to be seen talking with you for too long.
Shame. Alright. Can't climb up there. And there's a car in the way. Well, there's got to be another way in here. Oh. Wait, was that there before? Did I just... I must have just walked past it. Oh, something's glowing green around here.
A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil.
Interesting. Ratch device. This part enables heavy loads to be lifted and held aloft without risk.
This ratchet device seems to be usable.
Interesting. Anything else? Ooh. Activates a lever mechanism.
A handle. It must come from these old winches.
Ah, so I can repair this, can I?
It looks like there's a way in under this grate.
Well, that sounds fun. Let's have a look-see. I don't know.
I could use this old winch to lift the grating.
Can't mount the handle? Ah, can I take you off? I know, the green thing's still glowing, but apparently I can't mount the handle yet. Oh no, there it goes. That's... Why couldn't I... Weird, but okay, fine, whatever. Can I move this? According to the glowing green icon in the corner, I might still be missing something. I don't know where or what. Why did you get the lighter out? I didn't tell you to do that. Alright. You know, I really do feel like this game needs to explain its mechanics a bit better. Oh, cogwheel.
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
Ah, there we go.
Looks like everything is in its place. All that's left is to try to turn this handle.
Oh, goody.
Damn, I broke it.
God damn it. Can I just go along to there? That seems like a good idea. Door might be interesting. Right, okay. Second objective, find help to get you inside the warehouse. Alright, so everything I'm trying is breaking and failing, so... Guess we gotta do something else. You, help.
Leave me alone, please. I don't want trouble.
Okay, fine, don't help. Such pleasantries around here. What about you? You've been pretty helpful so far.
You're back again. What can I do for you?
Bootleggers have blocked access to the
These
warehouse.
bootleggers seem unwilling to let anyone approach the warehouse.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard the entrance?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less interconnected by old sewers.
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island, but I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can always visit them if you're not the claustrophobic type.
Right. So it is a case of... Hang on a second. The police, they had a winch. You guys give me any clues about winches?
That's no way to treat an omen. Oh yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
Nope, nothing there. You, anything to say here? Someone has got to help.
I told you to beat it.
No need to get worked up.
Okay, nope, nothing there. You guys, can you help?
Well, well, look who's back.
Did you miss us?
Find out about the island, get rid of the 2 guards.
I have an offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one thing that'll get us to move.
For sure. Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
Look what I've got.
You're a good guy, you. Follow me. Cheers, you jackass.
I don't feel well.
Hey, where are you going?
I hope for your sake that I didn't hear.
No, it's not what you think. It's just that you shouldn't hide your...
Well, second time's the charm, maybe? Can we open the window? Nope. Can we force the lock again? Or did I just do all this for no reason whatsoever?
It's no use.
Still locked.
Padlock won't give.
God damn it. Can I climb up here? Nope. Can I... See, look, there's the sewer entrance. So that's probably the way I'm supposed to get in. I'm assuming I can't... Nope, can't climb that. Ah, that was a waste of time. Okay, someone somewhere has got to help me with that bloody thing.
And why would I do that?
It was just a little joke.
I'm not willing to talk. Crane, someone who knows how to...
Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
Someone in the pub. Barman's gone.
Do you like our song?
We're true, son. We may not.
That's true.
History of the Hawkins. Did I not ask that before? Ooh.
I heard the Hawkins family owned a warehouse on the docks.
An old family of ship owners.
Tell me something I don't already know.
They were made much richer by the miraculous catch.
You shouldn't talk about the dead like that.
We're not speaking ill. We're just saying that Daniel Hawkins made a fortune without taking any risk.
There! You're speaking ill, you see.
It's your proof that the miraculous catch really did happen.
Okay. Well,
I bid you farewell.
Good night.
So long.
Oh, hello. Who the hell are you? I didn't see you here. You look a bit weird.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering.
Was he there
Will
before?
follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
My God.
Ah, that's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
Fair enough.
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message.
Hello. You're the one who punched me in the nuts. Well,
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah. Aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. Something that I respect. So understand by that. If I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly. But it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
Noted.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
Fair enough.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families, they were here long before us, and they'll be here long after we are gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
Interesting. Please let me in.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Would I have taken that risk?
Think it over. I've seen what you're capable of. And you didn't miss me.
I accept the compliment. Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me, and I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Interesting. So, getting the easy way, have to do something later on that's probably not going to be a very nice thing to do. Or keep trying to find a secret way in. Choices, choices. So many choices. I wonder if I can come back and say yes again if I really cannot find another way in there. Because, I mean, everything was going really well and I was solving the little puzzle and then it just broke and now I can't find anyone to help.
I don't think I'm ready to pay the price.
As you wish. But I think you'll be back.
Okay. So, that option will remain open. Is there anything you can say?
Again.
Anything extra?
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Alright. There's gotta be someone or something that can help me with that. Because the fact that it broke was kind of weird. Like, I don't know, I feel like I'm missing something there. Something I can interact with down here. Because it kind of just says, hey, you can get in via the sewers, and then you try that and the thing just breaks. Like, doesn't make much sense. in any sort of fashion or anything like that. That's the weird thing. It's like it sets up an answer to a puzzle and then just goes, oh, no, wait, hang on. Fooled you. Maybe that's deliberate. Maybe there really is only one way you're supposed to do these things. It just presents you with options but takes them all away again bit by bit. Could be. Could be. Like I said, I really don't know. Interesting, interesting. You can't do anything with anything. It could be that it was going to be this guy.
Leave me alone, please. I don't want trouble.
Maybe because I tried to get in directly and got my arse handed to me. It's like I can't go in the sneaky option now. Like I've sort of cut that out. Or maybe my perception or whatever the thing was, I forget, isn't like high enough for that. That's my other guess. I don't know. Funny how they're still trying to do that and like failing spectacularly, which is quite funny.
Cops, they can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
Yeah, I can't think of how way to do that. I guess I'm just gonna have to take her thing and hope that it doesn't get too badly. But what about you two? You?
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope I don't forget the lesson.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of any other way to do it, and I don't want to stall the game moving forward too much longer, so... Still locked. That's a shame. Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of another way to get in there, because it's like not giving me any other options. As I said, could be that because of the way in which the order in which I did things, perhaps. I guess we'll just take her deal and have done with it.
Mitchell, a drink I owe you.
Yeah.
Huh, you didn't so undertell me. What?
He's going through the whole conversation again.
I'm fascinated by the hit.
Huh. You certainly don't lack style. But enough of the jokes. You reek of private eye. Who did you come for?
The Hawkins family.
Now why doesn't that surprise me? A little advice, though. If you want to survive more than a day...
I need to get...
You're out of...
It's
Are you
Think it over. I've seen, and you...
I accept. Well, to be honest, I'll go...
Sounds odd.
I'm not. If I do, they'll be in... And I can't think about...
Okay, fine, let's do this.
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit. And nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy.
Well, fair enough.
They can't understand.
Looks like this was probably the only way in. Maybe it is that kind of game. It presents you with a bunch of options and takes them away. Or maybe it could be that my skills just weren't high enough to solve that puzzle in that way, you know? Or it could be the order of events. I don't think... There could be any numbers.
Okay.
Could be any number of things. I don't know. I guess we'll get this over and done with. It's probably going to come back to bite me in the arse later on, of course, but nothing you can do about that, unfortunately. Still. Maybe I end up going out this way because something goes bad or something. I don't know. I really don't know. So many options.
That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Okay. Well, goody.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
I'm thinking that. Reconstruction. Do I enter reconstructed scene hold? Ah!
What happened here?
Broken mirror by the looks of it. But why? Someone with a lot of bandages. Interesting.
Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins?
Someone who's not as
Can't
dead.
sleep. I know how that feels.
A lot of bandages and a punched mirror combined with someone who probably can't sleep because of a certain amount of pain very much implies someone survived the fire.
These painkillers were prescribed 3 months ago. Someone has been taking them since the time of the Hawkins death.
Mm-hmm.
It smells as bad as it looks.
Lovely. Doesn't exactly look very appetizing.
Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings? What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
Interesting. My guess is the husband survived the fire, obviously badly burned by the look of the bandages, and has been just living here. Interesting. New clue memorized. Hawkins warehouse. Funny that you have to go into the reconstruction thing in order to go clue hunting. Like, why couldn't you have done that without it? Very strange. Also worth pointing out, if I had gone in the other way, like used the sewers, how would I have gotten in here? There isn't like an alternate way in. It's not that I can see. Maybe the way I went in was the only way available. I mean, it could have been up top maybe, or in through the roof. In through there perhaps. That would have been interesting. Or maybe the layout of the interior changes depending on which route you use. I don't know. Curious. Still, I guess that's it.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Okay, threatening him, probably not a good thing. Hold to test psychology. Someone else is interested in Hawkins. The case is far from being wound up. Let's team up.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way.
Oh, yeah.
Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building?
Huh.
That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Did we really need the rising sting for that? Hey, chapter 3. Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, reveals some surprises. Signs of recent occupation as well as partly charred painting interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley. Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. Police officer was willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. Interesting. I feel like I'm making choices without even realizing it here, which I suppose is a decent way to make choices in the game.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion.
Resident Evil. Or you could also
The
go.
place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Winchester, huh? Know the place very well.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
Makes sense, I guess.
I don't believe the fire is the only reason this house is in such a state.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
Huh. It's really that old.
Come on, let's leave the stories of the dead alone. They've nothing to do with your case anyhow. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
I always have questions.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
Always more questions.
Your partner, Andrews, warned me against him.
You managed to get something out of that bum? I'll end up asking you for advice.
He talks too much. He inferred that old Silas was slightly unhinged.
That's not far off the mark, I suppose. But kinda unfair at the same time. You know, Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family. So he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry about.
Could he be a problem?
Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go. Right?
Alright, then yeah, let's go.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
Okay.
Why not? You can help.
Right. Let's go.
Probably going to end up with him ending up dead, but he's in on it. I'm pretty sure everybody is in on it. I think that's kind of the point. Oh, apparently we're going down this way. Ooh, statue.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined, but the architecture seems too recent.
Interesting. Apparently we're going this way for some reason.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The caretaker takes great care of these graves.
Well, that's why he's the caretaker.
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Interesting.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial.
Poor kid.
What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing, let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
It's probably Charles. He's still alive. One of them is still alive. It's probably Charles, if I had to guess. You alright?
The caretaker takes great care of these graves.
Mm-hmm. That is a big fucking building. Is he going to be following me eventually, or am I just going up here by myself? Yep, big place. I like a big spooky mansion to explore. That's always good fun.
I'll have to find another entrance.
No shit. Spooky bird. Right, okay. Ah, that's why we couldn't go down this way. Makes sense. That doesn't really help. The days before electrical torches. Although, to be perfectly honest, if you play enough horror games, electrical torches are not necessarily helpful either.
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa!
Whoa!
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
You haven't forgiven yourself. You stay here to honor the memory of the deceased.
That's true. I want no more violence. No more tragedy.
It's painful to be the last one left.
You don't know how right you are. Understood. I'm listening.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
No, I can't let you in. The mansion isn't safe.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
Interesting. I really need the key. You want to get rid of me?
The sooner I carry out my investigation, the sooner I wrap up the case and return to Boston. After which, you'll never hear of me again.
Huh. I like the sound of that. But I have a better idea. You leave right now, and you never come back.
Silas! Pierce! In God's name, what are you doing?
Officer Bradley, this hood was trying to break into the mansion.
Do something, Bradley, or this story will have a nasty ending.
I vouch for him, Silas. He's working with us. We have reason to believe that someone entered the mansion and stole some paintings.
Impossible. I would have seen it.
Better safe than sorry. Now let us in. I promise to keep an eye on this one.
Okay then. I'll leave the key with you. You could have told me that earlier, Sonny.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Okay. That all worked out. Good job I brought the police officer with me. What's down here? Some old gate. Doesn't look openable,
This
I guess.
gate is locked.
Yep, of course it is. What else have we got? An old hut. Ah, is this where, what was his name? Silas lives? Seems very likely. Apparently he has a lot of access.
Bourbon. Empty, of course.
Of course. So I feel like a lot of things are set up for, like, I guess alternate routes if you fail one thing or something. I don't know.
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world. Rather Spartan. The caretaker has simple tastes. I know a thing or two about solitude myself.
Interesting, interesting. The game go this way. I think I go in the opposite direction. Now it's that meme. It's like the game. You need to go this way, and me are just like, no, I don't think I will. All right. All right. Let's head on inside.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
Do let's.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Okay, Hawkins Mansion. Pearson after Bradley explored the Guardians of Hawkins Mansion. Family lies in the graveyard of the property, guarded by Silas Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employees, keeps watch on the place. Armed with his axe, Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and finally get a hold of the key to the Hawkins mansion. They enter the building looking for the scene of the fire. So, of course, if I hadn't come here with the police officer, then this would have been a much, I guess, trickier situation to resolve in some way.
Follow me. I know the place.
I'm sure you do. Anyway, it's just gone 5 o'clock, quite literally. So, yeah, things are chugging along quite a long way. I'm really not sure if the game is forcing me down certain routes because that's the way the game is set up, or if I'm actually making choices, or like the actions that I can and can't take are dictated by like my skill set. I'm really not sure. I feel it definitely feels like the latter, I think. Like the reason why options aren't appearing for me is because I don't have the required skill. And it's not like a thing of, oh, this icon is blanked out because you don't have the right skill. It's like, no, this icon is not even going to show up for you because you don't have the required skill. Which is an interesting way to do it, because it does make you think of, oh, well, maybe I just don't have a choice. I've got to do this. And then if I had different skills on my next playthrough, things could end up being very different. So we'll see what happens. And yeah, we'll explore the spooky mansion when we return. Should be good fun. Back in a minute, guys. And we're back. Okay, let's see what we got.
Who left this light on?
Maybe the rat did. Ooh, creepy pictures. Lovely. Okay. Suppose I should use my light too. Can I get one of them?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
What the hell?
What kind of meat is this?
I don't know. It doesn't look normal. Broken plate.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Picture, weird looking thing.
The boy was probably here, smashed his plate on the floor.
Didn't want to eat the weird stuff.
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Seems likely. Anything else I can learn, is there? Just more weird paintings and a fireplace? Probably not.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Apparently, looks like a storm set in though, so that's fun.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family. Sarah Hawkins and little Simon.
You say so, pal.
Perfect picture of the middle-class
what
family.
The fuck is that? I don't know, but it looks like the rat that tried to eat it ended up dead. So that's probably not very good. Okay, why the hell do all the lamps smoke? Like, pretty sure that's not something that happens. Is it? I don't know.
Charles and Sarah's wedding is painted by Sarah herself.
Good memory, I guess.
Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
Explorer, big game hunter, maybe? Charles Hawkins poses like an explorer in front of exotic ruins. It is common knowledge that he wasted away his fortune on expensive trips. What was he looking for? Pyramids of Giza. Although I suppose back in the 1920s that was exotic. The weird thing is about the Pyramids of Giza, you always kind of assume they're just in the middle of nowhere, that there's nothing near them. No, they're literally on the edge, almost these days, in the middle of a city. Okay. You can mentally rebuild any room, but can he read messages in his coffee? Ooh, references. That's a reference to Deadly Premonition, which I never finished because the game is so thoroughly broken on PC. Even with fan patches that make it work, it's still broken as fuck. I never got to finish that, and I always regret it. I don't know if the Switch version is better. Maybe that's worth picking up.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
Because Deadly Premonition was a fun game, and I was actually kind of enjoying my time with it, but yeah, it was unplayable. Alright, what's this? Light?
They had a fight. Why?
Shoe.
Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Did it stop at the time of the fire?
10 o'clock.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Seems likely. Anything else? Let's see anything. Oh.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
It's magical painting.
Did someone escape the fire?
Yeah, it seems likely. I'm going to assume it was Charles.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight.
Who wasn't a heavy drinker in the 1920s? Yeah, everybody was drinking, high on drugs.
A desperate attempt to flee.
The Great Binge, if you've ever heard of it. Back before everything was banned.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
Visual clues don't match. The fire was just an accident. Well, I don't want to be rude. It's visual the police, but clues don't match.
Much of this evidence simply contradicts the investigation's findings.
Really? Tell me about it.
Okay. Someone had too much to drink.
I found a bottle of whiskey. Empty.
Charles sure liked that drink.
No glass. I suspect one of them drank heavily to calm down. Charles, most probably.
That's pretty thin. Who says that bottle hadn't been there for a while?
Fair, I guess.
I can tell where young Simon was, but not his parents. Where were their bodies found?
I can't help you on that one. Charles and Sarah's bodies had already been carried away when I got here.
Without your authorization? By whom?
Marshall, Andrews, Chief West. We never deal with cases like that, you know. So, well.
It would seem at least one person fled the crime scene.
What'd you say?
That mark on the door. Someone's hand slid down there. The left side has no mark. The door was open and that someone left.
For God's sake. I mean, if it's Charles or Sarah, they wouldn't have left their son.
We'd rather die in the flames as a family instead of calling for help? I don't buy it.
Oh, yeah?
I was under the impression the fire started around midnight.
Yes, Silas banged on our door around 1 a.m. Poor devil ran so hard he was almost belching his lungs out.
This clock burned before 10 p.m.
That's impossible. What you imply? Silas never would have hurt the Hawkins family. Besides, Dr. Fuller confirmed the hour of death in his report. Your clock must have already have stopped.
Dr. Fuller?
A brilliant surgeon and a friend of the family. I'm sure he took the matter to heart. I see no reason to doubt his word.
So be it. Let's move on.
Fire was caused by the lamp. The fire wasn't just an accident.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
What's your theory?
Couple had a fight.
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
Nope. Okay, we're going through here, apparently. Apparently there's only one way to be sure, and that's, I guess, exploring the rest of the house.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
Letters I can't interact with. Door locked.
This door is locked.
Okay. Boarded up windows. Anything up? Ooh, oh. Aha! History of the medicine of the. Hang on. 10. Of the 18th century. Sorry, it took me a second. I can read Roman numerals. It usually just takes me a bit of time, depending on which ones they are. This collection of medical knowledge and health practices of the 18th century actually only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with the influence of holistic medicines or medicines from continents considered inferior. Hooray! Medicine progress. What do we got? Oh, I got 7 CP. So it's 6 CP or 4 CP for psychology. Now, choices. Because I mean, all of these things are interesting, right? It's all useful stuff. Increases your chances of finding hidden objects. And this discovered object will not appear in game. Well, that takes 6 CP, eloquence. I'm almost tempted to punt psychology up to match the rest. Although general investigation being upped would also probably be a good thing too. And the picking locks. Picking locks would also be very good. Obviously we can't increase these, unfortunately. I have like nothing in occultism. Because I didn't put anything in that like beforehand. Submenu? Oh, swapping submenus. Right, I get you. I thought, oh wait, these have submenus or something? I was wondering if maybe I could get more information out of them. Apparently not. Okay, investigation or psychology. We do psychology, then that only means we need 3 more points to get investigation up, so boom. Good. No, save it please. How do I save? Oh wait, before spending all the points. Yeah, that's fine, whatever. More people on my list. Mark all these as red. There should really be a quicker way for this. But what you gonna do? Excellent. Nice to see him wandering off without me. Ooh, something's glowing.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person.
Interesting. I'm assuming the dude's gone down there. Apparently there's a second floor.
This door is blocked from the outside.
Ah, main entrance.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor. A sea shanty.
Learn them, you'll help them blend in more. Oh. I was hoping to explore. Exploring old creepy mansions is the best. Wish more games did it, but I understand why they don't, because it's kind of cliche.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Dated 1818.
Wow. Old. Spooky wind. Okay. Oh, what's this?
Moby Dick. Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale.
Classic, especially for a family of ship owners. Yeah, makes sense.
Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
Piano?
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
No one can play. That's a shame. Huh. Figures there's a storm going on, but I guess that's how it works. I don't see any more icons to... Ooh.
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
Human body, comparative analysis. A precise and very detailed treatise, I think that's how it's pronounced, on the particularities of the human body compared to the animal world. The simplicity of its writings and the vulgarization of its vocabulary make it accessible to the profane. Yay! More points towards medicine. Guess we check upstairs, assuming we can actually go up. Yes, we can. Ooh. Spooky places. I love it. At least they even gave me the lightning storm outside. Classic Resident Evil stuff.
Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century.
Anything else? Kaboom.
There's something disturbing about this painting. There's something disturbing about this painting.
Not sure what it is. It's supposed to be like a hand breaking through. What's with the bits flying around all over the place? Very strange.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep.
I'm sensing a theme here. Although considering what this island did, that's not exactly a surprise. You're surprised there's stories about whaling and sea exploration on an island that was literally about whaling.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Dear sirs, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week, she again terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should place her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to reoccur, believe me that, although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Wellard. Hey there, hi. Cthulhu gets a bad rap when he is truly benevolent deity. I don't actually know a lot about Cthulhu except for some of the games that he's been associated with, so, you know. Hard to say exactly. Better than nothing, I guess.
Locked.
Ooh. It is really dark in here.
The boys' room.
Fort's made of stuff. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Oh, does that say what's the something in there? Let me go to sleep. Do some investigating, I guess. Like old school Batman, I can reconstruct crime scenes. Apparently I can't interact with that one yet.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world? Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
I can imagine that.
Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
I think the better question is what was right with this family.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
Nothing else, I guess. Apparently there's a green point of interest somewhere nearby.
What will her room reveal about her?
Don't know how nearby though, that's the thing. Ah. Ooh, office key. Nice. What are we going here? More another green icon somewhere. Can't open up the wardrobe for some reason. Can't open up the chest. There'll be something kicking around somewhere. Ooh.
Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
They act as a depressant of the nervous system, but once you begin, you can never live without them. Of that I know something. Really.
This padlock is too complicated for me. It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Damn it. Maybe I can find the key somewhere. Not open this at all. I think I've just opened up a wardrobe. It shouldn't be that hard. Apparently not. Oops. Well, I closed the door. That's something, I guess. Somewhere in here, there's something hidden. I'm going to find it. Might be a key for that door, for instance. Provoking sketches look more like a gallery of horrors and anatomical studies. Do they represent what haunts her nights? Oh, apparently there was a book somewhere and I missed it. Oh well. Hey, occultism. I got some progression on it finally. Took long enough. Wow, 5%. No key. That's a shame.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Aha! I found a oh dear. I was about to say I found another way in, but never mind.
The door is blocked on the other side.
Probably shouldn't even be in here.
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other. This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Making good money. 203, 170, 200, 230, 350. Wow. They were making good money. I mean, look, that's like 1,500. Huh. Yeah, they were making really good money. I mean, this is good money by today's standards. So, you know, a century ago, which it pretty much is. I mean, it's about 90 years ago now, but still, that would have been very, very good money. Really, that was like really good
Seems
stuff.
the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
My dear Sarah, ever since you left to bury yourself away on that lost island, your art has been attracting an increasing number of collectors. I beg you to send me some new paintings. The last ones, so somber and strange, moving as no other paintings have been, are selling at a premium price. Good, I guess, you know, art sells. Your percentage of these most recent sales is attached. Do not forget your friend who was the first to recognize your genius and display it at the world. Affectionately yours, Maximilian L. Interesting.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
Interesting. So, okay, apparently the lighting can get hot if
Bradley?
you use it for too long.
Is that you?
I did notice all these scratches leading across to here. That seemed not good.
Is anyone there?
Oh, finally. Wait. Is that the detective?
You!
explore the room. No, it doesn't look like there's anything in here. Shame, looks interesting. Right.
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
You can switch from that over to this. Interesting. Okay, that's good.
This door was closed earlier.
What door? Oh, that door. Oh, yeah, that's right. We came in that way, didn't we?
Where did he go?
Oh, hello.
This Dr. Fuller. Was he Sarah Hawkins' therapist?
Charles, I understand your worries, but I assure you that Sarah is in good hands here at the Riverside Institute. It goes without saying that her state requires very specific care and a high level of attention. Her full potential will only be able to express itself if she is placed in a secure environment and surrounded by qualified staff. The decision is yours, of course, but I seem to understand that you are running out of time.
They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign
Do
trips.
you really think that your fugitive came in here? I don't see any way out.
Seems like this came from a log.
Monday, 24th of May, 1847. 42 North, 70 West, Darkwater Island. We sailed north all morning. Captain Hamilton is confident. He says that we'll beat the Orpheus this season. May God be merciful. Sunday the 30th. I preferred it when the whales disappeared without a trace. With these carcasses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. What is eating these huge beasts? I told Hamilton it was a bad omen. He doesn't care. Tuesday the 1st. We dropped anchor near a village. The inhabitants say that the waters are red with blood of the sacred beasts, and to follow them is to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the hold, I am scared. Friday the 4th. We have sighted a huge whale in the distance. Its size seems to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. Wednesday the 23rd. We caught it. It's the most grotesque whale I've ever laid eyes upon. It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we have gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years to come. Tuesday 29th. Darkwater. We have beaten the Orpheus, returned with empty holds. The Schuyler and Hamilton are only memories. Schuyler and Hamilton are only memories. Interesting. I note that the Wednesday one seems to have been bracketed for some reason. Like, that's important. So this is obviously the log of the what was it, the greatest catch or whatever it was called? That's interesting.
This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
Right, I don't know what I'm looking for on that, so we'll work that out
Doesn't
later.
work. I must have missed something. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why.
Interesting.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well.
Charles Hawkins had to be present with a third man. They seem close. Interesting.
I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins.
Oh, oil refill. Yay.
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Why are these letters here, and not with Sarah Hawkins' belongings?
These letters have been opened, but visibly have not left Charles' office. Why are they tied together in such a careful knotted braid? Why did Hawkins intercept his wife's mail? Interesting indeed. Alright, what's all this about?
It looks like an old Seaway map.
Somebody's added coordinates to the old sea map. They make up a journey. Am I gonna have to remember all this? The Scylla, the Prodigal, the Orpheus, the Saint Claudine. So one went across to England, one went across to Spain. Those seemed to stop a few times along the way. Scylla went around and up north. And the Orpheus went to the south.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log. As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
Alright, so I'm assuming we got the Scylla. So we've got to plot the Scylla's course, I guess, based on the map.
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
So, right, okay. So what we're looking for, I can only imagine.
With the Seaway map.
So we want 33 north, 53 west, because this is highlighted. So it's 33 north, 53 west. So we want 33 north, which is about that. And what was it, 53 west? Are we on the west side? Yeah, we should be. About there-ish?
Looks like it worked.
Nice.
Well done, Pierce.
Okay, excellent. That wasn't too bad. Spooky secrets. Alright. Ooh, chapter 4. The tunnels under the Hawkins mansion. Inside the Hawkins mansion, the scene of the fire revealed its secrets. Pierce and Officer Bradley, now on the trail of a survivor, had undertaken to search the place looking for proof. When a hooded man leapt into Sarah Hawkins' workshop to steal a painting, detective and police officers set off after him. By following him to the office of Charles Hawkins, they discovered a secret passage. Pierce and Bradley enter the tunnel under the mansion.
Secret passage under the manor. It's like a detective novel. That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah, and he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find 3 seats.
Oop. Yep, 3 seats. So that's supposed to be a
Look,
planet?
Someone's been here recently.
Looks like.
Did Charles Hawkins use this place? Who were the others?
Good question.
Whatever Charles Hawkins hid here, he didn't want it in his house. What is this mask supposed to represent?
Pass. Anything else?
This piece of cloth is unmistakably from a dress. Sarah Hawkins. Was she hiding from someone?
Ah. Oh, hang on. We also got a green secret thing somewhere. Something on the floor, maybe? Green secret somewhere nearby. Lantern, maybe? Nope. Nothing there. It's got to be around here somewhere. Seems to only have appeared now. Oh, hello. What's this?
Whoever was sitting here could have seen Sarah Hawkins. Could this be related to her death?
Maybe.
This padlock is too complicated for me.
Damn it. Maybe I can find the key somewhere.
A disfigured saint. What does it mean?
Cthulhu thing with a baby in its arms. Weird, but I mean, not that unusual. And this thing, what the fuck is this? Some sort of, I don't know, plant? Spore thing? I'm really not sure. Actually need that? No, apparently not. Old mine shaft by the looks of it. Coming down, old man? Alright, let's go.
Of course.
And something tells me that the key is climbing these steps. There's tunnels all over this island. Given the size of this cave, there's gotta be other entrances.
The passage continues further down. Might as well start with that.
I ain't gonna squeeze in there. I'll find another way. If possible, I prefer not to ruin my uniform.
Fine, fine. Go look for another entrance. I'll try my luck down below.
Of course. Got to get separated from the normal people so we can start questioning our sanity. You could have squeezed through here. It's not that bad. Oh, then again, maybe not. Huh.
Some kind of dream catcher. If I touch it, it'll turn to dust.
Twigs on the floor.
An old diary.
Diary of the Pastor's Wife, Volume 2. This volume there is mentioned the beliefs of the lost tribe. They worship an entity that spoke to them in their sleep. The whole tribe seemingly disappeared in a mass sacrifice to the glory of their deity.
Sad way to go. These paintings must be several centuries old.
It's the same picture from the painting. Interesting that that's like Diary of a Pastor's Wife, Volume 2. I don't remember picking up Volume 1. Interestingly. Alright, let's see what else we can find, if anything. Okay. We did get some character points. How many we got now? Oh, 8. Blimey, I'm getting a lot of character points and I'm not even realizing it. Okay. Let's see. Well, I wanted to up my investigation, I think. Picking locks is always good. Nice. And then that'll up it to 100 once I get the next one. I don't know if there's much stock in putting points in, like, before you've got enough to hit the next level. Like, if I up this for the 2 points I've got remaining, that would up it up to 80%. I don't necessarily know if that's worth doing or not. Just marking all these off. I don't know if I'm doing a good job or a bad job. Probably neither. I'm okay. Doesn't really matter in the long run. Right. So, assuming that's can't unlock it from this side, correct. Worth a try, I suppose. I don't want to fall in the water. Not a good idea. Let's see what else we can find.
Time has weakened these structures.
Well, yes, time does that to everything in the end. Some boxes.
I don't have time to search them all.
Oh, do you not? Well, that's obviously where I need to go, so I want to have a look-see down here. Ooh, glowing things. What the hell?
It looks like animal oil, but certainly not whale.
Huh. Weird yellow stuff. Is that what they're burning in this stuff? Is that why there's so much fog around them? Everyone on this island is technically crazy because of all the oil they've been burning in their stuff? Oh good. I'm glad that's open.
What's going on here?
Piers!
Keep your voice down. We're not alone.
Good God. What have you got me into?
We'll see. I'll go on. Try to go down on your side.
Yeah, there's a passage. I'll meet you at the bottom.
Pretty sure voices echo quite a lot in rooms like this. You know, giant ass caves. Alright, let's see how well we get on. We've only got about 5 minutes left. I'm assuming we need to start stealthing it up. Is that my picture?
A mass grave.
Well, that was a good idea. Oh!
I got it. I can't breathe. What's happening?
Leave the place as fast as you can. Okay, I got that. Let's go.
No, damn it! I must find a way out of here.
Ah, that wasn't in the original version. Oh no. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Do we still have... Oh, we do have a light. That'll help.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is time. You will soon be one of us, if your body and mind are ready.
I dream of it every night. I have constant visions. I am ready.
Good enough. Prove it to us.
It's like in my dream.
Yes, I noticed that. Interesting.
It seems to have been used recently. Probably some sort of ritual.
Huh. Okay. Well, could come in handy. Always nice to have a weapon on hand.
I can't read Latin.
Okay, apparently he can't read Latin. Makes sense. There aren't many people who can these days. Dead language for a reason. Alright. Hey, I remember this place. It's got that weird symbol on the side. Okay, well, we've managed to come full circle. So that's good, I guess. I do wonder if this will all eventually end up more or less ending up where the actual dream did, or if things will go in a slightly different direction, because the voice at the time muttered something about like, oh, you can change your fate kind of stuff. None of these things are tied up. Unfortunately, we're out of time for today, so whatever the hell is actually going on around here is going to have to wait. Let me just go back to an area that's actually lit up a bit. Okay, so yeah, I'm afraid we're going to have to leave it here. I know it's a bit of a an important seeming place to just leave things off, but we are just completely, totally, and utterly out of time. But this is interesting. As I said, it's not quite the game I was expecting it to be, but it's pretty good. Obviously, you know, it's a bit of a slow start, like building interest with an investigation, and like I'm pretty sure in these Cthulhu things, like your character has a direct connection to what's going on. You just don't know it at the start. Excuse me, at the start of it, because I played that Moons of Madness game, which was like Cthulhu on Mars, which was, I mean, it started off good, you know, kind of promising, but yeah, that game just really petered out towards the end, which was a real shame. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this, and I will see you all whenever I next see you. Take care out there, everybody. Bye-bye.